Hey guys, let me get my camera adjusted here for a second. Sorry, I'm like in bed on vacation right now. Okay, there we go. So I wanted to record an update. I haven't done one in a while, and I'm like a little behind on it. But just life has been really crazy lately, so I'm just gonna kind of give you a whirlwind version of what's been going on. And I do have a Trikafta update as well, so I'm gonna kind of combine just like a general like health and life update with my Trikafta. So I'm on day 50 of Trikafta, and the benefits from it have just been life changing. Um, like I'm not coughing. I could probably count on like one hand um, how many times I've coughed, literally, like actually cough, not just like, you know what I mean? Um, so that's been great. And I, um, I'm not really having as many sinus issues. If, like, actually, I'm really not having any sinus issues at all, to be honest. And I have chronic sinusitis, so that's been great. I don't have any weight benefit that I know of right now. Like, I haven't weighed myself since I'm on vacation right now, but I haven't I haven't got the weight benefit out of it, and it's because I'm having GI issues beyond my norm for CF. So if you don't know what my GI issues are already, or if you're just following my blog, or you don't know a lot about CF, CF is a lung and digestive issue, uh, lung and digestive disease. So I have a feeding tube, and I have pancreatic insufficiency, so my food doesn't digest without enzymes, and I don't absorb things properly, which goes for most CF patients. And I have distal intestinal obstructive syndrome, and so I have those GI issues. So this, what's been going on lately, and if we come to if what we think it is correct, and this has been going on for a couple years, and I just chalked it up to, sorry, my face is itching, and I just chalked it up to my normal digestive problems, what I thought was just like a normal thing for me, and it really isn't. Um, so a couple years ago, I had a really bad blockage, and ever since then, I just I can't put my weight back on. Like, I had lost a bunch of weight because of it, and I can't get my weight put back on. So, based on my symptoms, what we think it is gastroparesis, which means that sorry, my face is like super itchy tonight. Like, I don't know. I think it's like allergies or something. But so they think it's gastroparesis, which is where your stomach's not emptying fast enough or properly. So you get nauseous. You feel full for longer than you should. Like, an example would be like, I could eat dinner the night before and then hook up to my feeding machine, and by dinner tomorrow I'm still not hungry. You know what I mean? And or if I eat something, I can eat a couple bites of, like, I could make a bowl of oatmeal in the morning and eat like 2 or 3 bites and be full, because my stomach's just not emptying properly. And I haven't hooked up to my feeding tube while I've been on vacation. So the first couple days I was here was great. Like, I ate normally and I was able to get in some food. I was a little overly full after, um, but now it's gotten to the point again where and it's kind of like a roller coaster with this. So, like, there's days I can smash food, and there's days that I can't. But most of the time I can't smash food anymore, and it's not my typical appetite. My typical appetite is I'm eating everything in sight. I'll get snacky, but I can tell that I'm still full. You know what I mean? But yeah, so like the last couple days I haven't. Let's see. Yesterday we went to the wine tasting, so I had breakfast and I snacked at lunch, and I didn't have dinner because I still wasn't hungry. And I got up this morning and I had like 2 chicken strips for breakfast. And yes, I actually had chicken strips for breakfast. And I was full. And I have been snacky ever since. I had a couple French fries for lunch. And now, like, I'm actually getting hungry again because I think my stomach is finally like getting rid of what has been in there. So that's been like what's been going on, and it would explain me not being hungry as much as I normally am, like because my husband yells at me all the time. Dave yells at me all the time, and he's like, "You're not eating." I'm like, "I'm not fucking hungry. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't force myself to eat and feel sick and want to puke. You know what I mean?" Um, so it's been awful. So my appetite's been awful, and I can't. I'm dealing with nausea with it, or just nausea from being overly full or just feeling full and being miserable. And as far as that is concerned, and it would explain the last couple of years of my symptoms and why I can't put weight on. You can actually drop weight with having this issue, and so I'm really hoping that's what it is. So the I called the CF clinic, and this was the fiasco that happened the other day. If you're following me, so I called my CF clinic and I told them, I was like, I think I've figured out what my issue is. I'm like, because I don't expect to gain a whole bunch of weight overnight with Trikafta, but I'm on day 50 and I haven't gained shit. And pretty much everybody I know that is on this drug has gained some kind of weight, and I'm not gaining anything. So something's wrong. And I'm researching my symptoms, and going off of my CF symptoms and eliminating what my normal issues are. And the only thing I can come up with is gastroparesis. So I was expressing to them that this is what I think it is, and I think we need to, I need to get tested for this. And this, what is the process to figure this out? So they gave me a list of GI specialists that are associated with Hopkins, and I picked one that is directly at the main hospital, and I called for an appointment. And they said, well, we need to review your medical records to see if you qualify to get an appointment. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what does that mean? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I waited 3 to 5 days. It was every bit of 5 days. And they called back and they were like, okay, so do you have a diagnosis? I'm like, no. That's why I'm calling a GI specialist. My CF doctors gave me a list that your name is what I picked, after doing a little bit of research. Well, we treat the issue, we don't diagnose the issue. So, of course, my initial response is, then why the fuck are you a specialist? And so that conversation went interesting because I got an attitude and I got pissy, and I'm like, they were like, well, do you even have a motility issue? First of all, I have cystic fibrosis. So if you actually read my records, you would know that I have motility issues with my GI system, and that pretty much should automatically qualify me for an appointment. And my CF team sends CF patients to see you guys, so I don't know what the problem is. So I went around circles with this woman for like 20 minutes, and finally I got pissed, and I was like, you know what, fine, I'll figure it out. So I called my primary doctor and I said, look, this is what's going on. Can I get an appointment? Well, he was slammed. So they were like, what do you need done? So I told them they told me I needed a gastric emptying study done. And they said, well, is it for solids or liquids? And I was like, well, she didn't tell me that. I was like, but I'm going to be the smart person in this situation, since she obviously didn't know what she was doing, and say that I'm going to need it for both to figure out what's going on. And my primary doctor's nurse was like, agreed, and was like, yeah, we'll just go with both. So unfortunately, they can't get that scheduled till May because that test is only done on a Friday apparently, and they're booked out. So I'm on an emergency list, at a top priority emergency list, that if somebody cancels, I get that appointment. So that's kind of where we're at. And everybody's like, why don't you just go somewhere else? Well, all my records are at Hopkins, and I like to keep things at Hopkins because that's a lot easier than having to transfer 37 years of records to a different doctor, when they can just look up. If you go to any Hopkins, any facility that's associated with Hopkins, they can pull your records and look at them on the computer. So that's just a lot easier. So I called CF Clinic back and I told them what was going on, and they were like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. We send people there all the time. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, so I'm just going to say screw them unless I have to, if she is a specialist to treat motility issues and she doesn't want to diagnose them. And this, it could not even be gastroparesis, but this is what we're leaning towards. I need to figure it out. So she's like, okay, we'll call Dr. Cromwell. A lot of CF patients like him call him and get an appointment. So when I get back from vacation, I'm calling Dr. Cromwell's office to see if I can get in with him, because he is a general GI doctor. So not like a specialist. He is a general GI doctor, and he's, he covers a range of things. So I can at least get in with him get things started, maybe get some other tests ordered. That's kind of where I'm at. So I was like, I'm stressed out about this because there's been a couple of days I've been so ungodly sick, that I can't stand it, like nauseous wise, from being overly full. And it's affecting me being able to do my feeding tube properly. It's affecting my appetite. It's affecting everything. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. That's my latest challenge right now with CF, is just getting this figured out, and figuring out why I'm not getting the weight benefit of Trikafta, and getting it worked out. So I have a prescription for Zofran right now for my nausea. Most likely, if it's gastroparesis, then it's going to be a Reglan, probably something with Reglan, to treat it, which is the general consensus I'm getting from other CF patients across the board that have had this issue. A lot of them are transplant patients that have had this issue after transplant. Um, so it's not it's not uncommon in the CF world. So it's just something that I'm dealing with now, but it definitely would have explained my last couple years of symptoms. So that's that. That's kind of where I'm at with my CF and my health. Other than that, I feel great and I feel fantastic. And it's been life changing. I was out to dinner with my brother the other week, and when I brought it to his attention, he was like, now that you're bringing it to my attention, you're telling me about everything that's going on. He's like, you haven't coughed once since we've been sitting there. And I'm like, I know. He's like, I feel like I'm sitting here talking to my 21-year-old sister. And that's about right, because I haven't felt this good in over 10 years. So it's amazing. Like, this drug is absolutely astounding. Like, I'm so blessed to be on this drug, and so is every other CF patient that's on it. Um, as far as life right now, it's just been super stressful, and to be honest, super stressful and shitty, and I needed this vacation, and I'm glad that I have it, and I'm blessed to be on it right now. My uncle is amazing, because I needed a break. And we actually weren't even supposed to come here. I was supposed to go down to Georgia and take a break and just kind of help him with stuff around there, but he was like, let's go somewhere, and I was like, okay, that's fine. So I'm in Hilton Head right now at the Disney Resort. um, so it's just been super stressful and super shitty the last couple months. Obviously, we had a death in the family, and my dad got diagnosed with cancer. And David is still off work from surgery, from being injured, and workman's comp made us pause both of our small businesses because he's not allowed to earn any money, which that took away my job as well. So it's just been very stressful financially. David is very stressed out because he can't do anything because, of his arm. He's not allowed to do anything and not allowed to use it. He can't lift more than a pound, so basically a coffee mug, you know what I mean? So he's at home, cooped up in the house, miserable. I don't blame him, you know what I mean? And it's just been, this break, me being away, is going to be a good break for us because we needed it. Um, but right now I am like trying to just take one day at a time, and not be so stressed, and tackle one challenge at a time, and try not to get, despite what energy David is putting out, just because, and I don't blame him 100% for any of it, because I would be that miserable too if I was him. If you're used to being busy and you're used to being able to work and provide for your family, and you're kind of, you've been stopped from that right now because of injury and everything else, and workman's comp made you shut down your, not shut down, but pause your other businesses and all this other stuff, and you lost your dad, and all, your wife's father got diagnosed with cancer, and all of this other stuff has been going on. I don't blame him for his behavior at all, honestly, because I would be just as disgustingly miserable too. So I'm trying to be the positive force in this situation, and it's just been hard some days. And I've really stepped away from a lot of things. Even though our business was paused in our one group, I was always active, and I kind of stepped away from that. And I've been trying to like prepare for him to go back to work, and to relaunch those. And I've just taken some time to myself, and I'm just going one day at a time. And this year I have decided that like self-care is super important, because I haven't been very good about self-care lately. And it's just because I'm stressed and I'm anxious, and there's just been a lot going on, and um a lot personally for me and David. Like our marriage has been really strained lately because of this, just everything that's happened this last year. That like 2019 broke me in every which way possible, mentally, physically, emotionally, and I'm still trying to recover from it. And 2020 isn't helping either. You know what I mean? The way this year's gone so far. So because it's just rolling over from last year, and so, like, I've just been super vigilant about self care, even if it's just like making sure that I'm washing my face every day and taking care of my skin and doing my full regimen and, doing my hair and keeping, just keeping things up to make myself feel good and feel better, and taking time to do my makeup during the day, you know what I mean? And reorganizing my house and cleaning my closet. If anybody who knows me well knows that my life is controlled chaos. So if I'm busy, like everything around me becomes chaos. My dining room table becomes a catch-all. My closet becomes wrecked because I come in, set stuff down, and take care of something else, whether it has to do with Rhiannon or something else, and it just compiles and compiles and compiles. So slowly reclaiming my house has been important. My closet is completely 100% reclaimed, and it stayed that way for over a week, which is like a new world record for me. And I'm really proud of that. And my laundry is 100% done and put away. I don't even know, like, I blame myself for the tornadoes in Maryland the other day. I always joke about that because, like, that's never happened in my life ever. Except for, like, I could probably count on one hand how many times that's happened. And, I'm slowly reclaiming, my house downstairs. Like, my table has got some mail on it that I got to put away. The only thing I really have left to do in my house is honestly just clean up my workspace and get my papers organized and, refiled and, get myself together for taxes this year. So I'm pretty much caught up as far as like reclaiming my house. So I'm really proud of that. So it's just like those little self-care things, um, are important, and, taking time for myself, and, taking time to get away from David and life. And, I've been blessed enough with a support system with between friends and family to help out getting Rhiannon picked up and, to cheer practice while I'm gone and everything like that. Or even on, days that I'm home and I just need a moment to take care of something else or whatever, or a moment to myself, or I'm just having a really bad day where I just need to step away mentally, you know what I mean, and check out for a second. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at right now, and it's this vacation's been good, and I'm excited to go back home and be in a good headspace when I get back there, because it'll be able to give me a step ahead and a foot ahead when I step back into chaos, basically, you know what I mean, because that means, and by chaos I mean like normal life, um, you know, getting Rhiannon, to and from activities and competitions coming up, not this week, but next week. And, so that'll be a good thing because it's out of town. So I'll be away for a weekend again, and me and Dave will get some more time away from each other. So and it's a matter of me like taking a day and going to spend it at a friend's house or something, just to get out of the house a couple times a week. And so me and Dave have that personal space, you know what I mean? So like I could literally spend all day every day with him, but people need time apart. So, and it's, stepping back into, helping take care of my dad. And as far as that's concerned, he had surgery. Most of you know he had surgery on the 4th, and he came home with a catheter and a drain, and they took part of his bladder because it had spread to his bladder, and they took some lymph nodes out while he was at the doctor's today. And it was only in 2 of his lymph nodes, if I remember what my sister said correctly. It's only in 2 of his lymph nodes, which is good. And that was a better prognosis than what was expected. And he's still at home with the drain and the catheter. So I have to call him tomorrow and kind of get an update on what's going on, and what to expect when I get back, so I know where I need to help out. And once he recovers from surgery, the important thing right now is to recover from surgery. Then the treatment can start with radiation and hormone shots and everything they need to do to help get rid of it. So yeah, that's kind of where everything's been going on right now. Everything that's been going on. It's kind of everything that's been going on right now. And so if it seems like I'm like checked out lately, or I'm just not mentally there, or I'm yeah, I'm posting a lot on Facebook, it's because I'm distracting myself from things that are going on right now. You know what I mean? So it's like me scrolling through Facebook and, getting as political as I do, or like, sharing a lot more than what I normally have been lately. It's because I'm scrolling through Facebook to distract myself. And mentally check out for a second, and even though Facebook's not good for self-care, it's my way to, it's my distraction, my mental checkout time. So, um, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now, and well, where I'm at right now. And so yeah, as far as Trikafta is concerned, I'm gonna probably keep that to once a month now. So what's today? The like 11th, I think. So you'll hear about Trikafta again on the 11th. I'll keep you guys posted on GI issues or any other updates that I need to get you, keep you updated with as they come. So if something happens with me health wise, or if there's some other major improvement, or there's some other challenge I need to come across, I'll definitely like post a quick blog and update about it. I just dropped a list blog, what I consider a list, in my CF group. It's called, I had noticed an influx of newly diagnosed CF patients, um, a lot of them adults getting later diagnoses, or parents to, new CF parents, so their children have CF, they're newly diagnosed, whether they're babies or not. And so I decided to put together a list of your kind of like tips and need to knows coming into the CF world. So I geared it around being able to give them these tips, and then we're going to do a live question and answer session in my CF group. If you're catching this as a new person to my blog, and you have CF, or your child has CF, or you're a caregiver, a family member, whatever, and you want to jump into my CF group, I will link it in this video in the caption, so you can join. I'm having them vote on a day or time that's best to do the discussion, but outside of my group, I'm polishing that list up. I'm going to be posting that list with a video attached, and I'm going to go through each thing on the list and talk about each thing, because it's just so much to talk about that I need to polish the list up to make it sound like I'm talking outside of my group in general versus to the people in my group, and then go through and record a video and talk about each specific topic, because I'm moderately detailed with each thing that's on the list, but there is like other things that are attached to that are easier to talk about in a video like that, in a video like this, than it is to type it all out, because it can be so long and detailed and drawn out that I might as well just write a book, you know what I mean? And it gives me an opportunity to do that and then reach outside of the group. One of my goals for it is to get it on a national level in the US, maybe through the foundation. It's kind of like a goal I just kind of thought about tonight. Like, what if I can put this together as like a video introduction slash list slash tips list that could go out to new families, new CF patients, whatever, and reach beyond just my CF group. Like, I have almost 4,000 people in there from all around the world, but if I can really concentrate it, and make it a tool that the foundation could use, that would be fantastic. That's a goal. So that list dropped tonight. I've already got some feedback on it. I've already got some people asking me about insurance questions and financial assistance for some co-pays and some programs to pay for medications and stuff like that. So it's already generating questions, comments, concerns, and I'm super excited to where this is going to go. So, and I have a couple more blogs in the works. Like I said, as you know, with this life update, it's just been crazy. So every time I try to sit down and write or do a blog, I'm super distracted mentally, and it's really hard to finish them. I finished that one, so I got like 4 others like started right now that are about CF, and some that aren't about CF, and just trying to get them finished has been a challenge. So it's not that I'm ignoring the blog or falling off the wagon on purpose. It's just life has been really super difficult lately, and it's been hard to concentrate to get them done. So I was able to get this other one done because I'm on vacation right now. Like, I finished it on the plane. I'm super calm, cool, collected, and not distracted right now, so I could actually think, you know what I mean? So, all right, I'm done talking your ears off. I'm sitting at like 24 minutes right now, but this was a long update because it was overdue, and I just really needed to catch you guys up on what's been going on. I will see you next time, And like I said, the link to my group is in the caption for this video. So if you're a CF patient, or you're a parent or a caregiver or a friend of a CF patient and you're trying to get support, you can join my group. That's what it's there for. And I look forward to seeing you there if you're a newbie.